I made a short about this guitar not too long ago, a couple minutes ago, really, and I thought I would go into a bit more detail about how big of a piece of shit these things are. So, a lot of times, these guitars get sold at like some really large flea markets. I think flea markets with like 10 or more vendors. Maybe even bigger ones. I don't know. That's the only place I've ever seen one of these things. And these are the biggest piece of shit that you can ever buy. Never buy these things. Firstly, the tuners are junk. Alright, these things aren't good at all. I mean, they'll work, but they're just shit. The board, the board is all paint. Well, actually on this one it feels like it's a different piece of wood, but it's definitely been painted. I don't really know what type of metal these things are. Maybe they're copper, brass, bronze, something really cheap and just horrible. There's never a good polish on these, so strings always feel grimy. When the strings aren't the problem, it's the guitar. I don't know if these are ever really crowned either. They're just rounded. Yeah, I mean that one, you can almost feel it set. You can hear that thing. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but like you can hear that thing. I don't know what type of finish this is. It's definitely not a poly. It's definitely not a nitro. It's something that they just put on here as quick as it can. They don't wet sand it at all, so there's a lot of ripples in the finish. This is a sticker, obviously not a real rosette. It's not even painted, it's just a sticker. This, I don't even know if this is wood. This feels like plastic to me. Plastic bridge. These inlays are hiding bolts. And these inlays are hiding a couple of bolts holding the bridge down. And I took the strap button and I used that for something. Not another guitar, just a well, I used it for something else, but it's just a plastic piece of junk. And the inlays on it are painted. You might even be able to see the seam line, even though there's finish. Well, I don't think this camera is focusing. Well, you could see it if my phone would focus. Anyway, this neck is just the general shape. You know, it's really not anything specific. It's just whatever they, carved out. I don't think this is any kind of scarf joint or anything. Yeah, it's just the biggest shit guitar ever. Look, even the binding is just paint. It's not real binding. These guitars also don't hold up to any kind of string tension either. You might be able to get away with putting nylon strings on here, maybe silken steel, maybe some nickel. But other than that, it's just going to fall apart. You put any kind of phosphor bronze or steel strings on these, this bridge is coming off, this neck is pulling forward, it's just a shitty guitar. It's all ladder braced as well. looks like they left some painter's tape. And look at that. Look at that tailbone. It's not even centered. Is that even on the strip? On the seam? Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck? And you can tell on this one, there's no there's no lining, there's no kerfing. See, the glue is just squeezing down like that. Like, yeah. So, you can tell they didn't they didn't do anything to not get the finish in the back, on the back. Let's see if there's any. No lining at all. So, yeah, this guitar isn't going up on reverb, it's just gonna be smashed. That's it. I would never buy this thing for anybody, even if you're just starting out. I also have the saddle right there. Took the strings off. Plastic nut, plastic saddle. Even if you're trying to buy a guitar as a gift, these things, they're just bad. Don't do it. This isn't even like, I mean, sound holes aren't supposed to be comfortable, but this thing just feels like a square. There's also there's a transverse brace, but there's nothing around the sound hole to keep the sound hole from warping, so it's not stable. Anyway, this thing is the biggest piece of shit. Never buy one of these things, even as a gift. I don't know if, just me personally, I don't think I would even buy this as a decoration. It just doesn't really look good to me. You're not gonna impress anybody with one of these things either. It's, plywood. All of this is plywood. So, don't buy these. Especially, don't buy these and bring it to somebody to do any kind of work on. Because there's nothing that can be done with this thing. It's made to be smashed. We're actually going to smash the flea market guitar, and we're going to repurpose the wood and use it for this guitar. I might have a video on this at some point in the future. So stay tuned. This thing, pros and cons. There's a pro and con to almost every guitar.